Assalamu alaikum. I'm Kaina Talat, and today we are going to start another topic related to PPSC preparation, that is biomolecules. This is basically a simple, very basic, and interesting topic. Okay, let's start now. In biomolecules, first we will discuss about carbohydrates. Okay, what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrates, most abundant biomolecules on earth. Carbohydrates are biomolecules. Biomolecules, as the name shows, bio means life, related to life, and molecules, biomolecules that are involved in living things, etc. So, the most abundant biomolecules are carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, as the name shows, these are hydrates of carbon. Okay, hydrates of carbon. Hydrate mean related to water, carbon is carbon. So, carbohydrates are hydrates of carbon, as the name shows. Empirical formula for these are CaH2O whole Y. As I said, hydrate of carbon. So the formula is also showing that CXH2O whole Y. Water molecule is present here and carbon is also present. So it is the hydrate of, or you can say that it is the hydrate of carbon. Sugars, these are sugars and are polyhydroxy compounds of aldehydes in ketones. Polyhydroxy, the word poly, where the word poly is used, it always means many. Poly means many, hydroxy means hydroxyl group, OH group. So these are basically the polyhydroxy compounds, those compounds having more than one hydroxyl group, okay, of aldehydes and ketones. So these are carbohydrates, and basically these can be monosaccharides, um, or disaccharides, polysaccharides, etc. Monosaccharides, simple sugars, and cannot be hydrolyzed, means simplest, these are the simplest form, so they cannot be hydrolyzed further. And the empirical formula for the monosaccharides are CH2O whole N, where n can be 3 and more than 3 but not less than 3, means the smallest value for n must be 3, either aldoses or ketoses. Monosaccharides can be aldoses or ketoses. Aldoses means having aldehyde group, ketoses having ketone group. And the examples are glyceraldehyde, glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose are basically monosaccharides. Okay. If 5 carbon present, then we will call it pentose. If 6 carbon present, then we will call it hexose, glucose and fructose, as glucose and fructose both have 6 carbon. Sugars are stable as cyclic than open chain. So the sugars that may either be 5 carbon or 6 carbon, both are stable more in cyclic form than as compared to open chain. Glucose, dextrose, grape sugar or blood sugar in free state in sweet fruits, means here we are talking about the occurrence of glucose. It is a dextrose, grape sugar or blood sugar, and it is found in free state in sweet fruits, honey, glucose, human blood and urine. Forms disaccharides and polysaccharides. It is a source of energy in our body, as uh, you can say that ग्लूकोज हमारी बॉडी के बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है. एंड जब हम बीमार हो जाते हैं या कमज़ोर फील करते हैं, देन ग्लूकोज की ड्रिप्स जो हैं वो लगवाई जाती हैं. सो दिस इज़ द मेजर और बेसिक सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी इन आवर बॉडी. Fructose used as sweetening agent in confectionery as a substitute of cane sugar. Other examples of monosaccharides are galactose and mannose. Fructose is also used as a sweetening agent, and um, other than glucose and fructose. Examples of monosaccharides are galactose and mannose. Next is disaccharide. Disaccharide formed when 2 to 9 monosaccharide units combine by a glycosidic linkage. As we studied the examples of monosaccharides, it may be glucose, fructose, mannose, and etc. So, when 2 to 9 monosaccharide, let's suppose if we take glucose, when 2 to 9 glucose units combine, they form disaccharide. Okay. Examples of disaccharides are sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Table sugar, sucrose is table sugar. Okay, disaccharide of glucose and fructose. Basically, sucrose is a disaccharide of glucose and fructose having formula C12H22O11. Okay, sucrose occurs in sugar cane. This is the occurrence of sucrose. It's important. Sucrose occurs in sugar cane, sugar beet, pineapple, apricot, mango, almond, coffee, and honey. Instead of this lactose, milk sugar, it occurs in the milk of all animals. It does not occur in plants. Lactose sugar is that sugar which does not which does not occur in plants. Trisaccharide yield 3 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis, for example, raffinose. First we discussed about disaccharide. Now it is trisaccharide, which on hydrolysis yield 3 monosaccharide units. And if we talk about disaccharide, disaccharide on hydrolysis yield 2 monosaccharide units. Okay? This is basically the combination on the base of the combination. We can say 2 to 9 monosaccharide units combine and form disaccharide. But on the basis of the breakage or hydrolysis, we can say that disaccharide on hydrolysis give 2 units of monosaccharide. And trisaccharides on hydrolysis yield 3 monosaccharide units. Okay, and disaccharide examples are sucrose, lactose, and maltose, and trisaccharide example is raffinose having the formula C18H32O16. Monosaccharides and oligosaccharides are crystalline solids soluble in water and sweet. They are collectively known as sugars. Now polysaccharide, as poly means many, these are high molecular weight and yields many monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. As I said that disaccharide yield 2 units, trisaccharide yield 3 units, and polysaccharide yield many monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. Starch and cellulose having the formula C6H10O5 These are the examples of polysaccharide. Amorphous solids, these are insoluble in water and tasteless and are called known sugars. These are the characteristics of polysaccharides. Polysaccharides perform 2 principal functions in animals and plants. It is polysaccharides are used as energy storage compounds and are also used for building structural elements of cells. Plants store glucose as starch and animals store glucose in the form of glycogen. This is the main a point which you have to memorize, that plants glucose, you can say that plants store glucose as starch and animals store glucose in the form of glycogen, and glycogen is also called animal glucose. Because animals store glucose in the form of glycogen, so glycogen is also called animal glucose. Glycogen is stored in the liver and muscles. This is also the major or important point here. Next one is starch. Polymer of alpha D glucose. This is not A, this is alpha. Okay, starch, it is a polymer of alpha D glucose. As we studied, glucose is alpha, beta, ग्लूकोज के फर्दर जो हैं हम स्टडी करते हैं साइक्लिक फॉर्म, ए साइक्लिक फॉर्म, अल्फ़ा फॉर्म, अल्फ़ा, उसकी बीटा जिसमें OH जो है उसकी पोजीशन, दिस इज़ बेसिकली ऑन डिफरेंस बिटवीन द अल्फ़ा एंड बीटा ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द पोजीशन ऑफ द OH ग्रुप ऑफ ग्लूकोज. ठीक है, देन इफ़ वी टॉक अबाउट द स्टार्च, then it is the polymer of alpha D glucose. Okay, Most important source of carbohydrates in human diet. Most important source is starch in human diet. Commercial sources are wheat, rice, maize, potatoes, and barley. These are the sources of starch. Mixture of two polysaccharides, amylose and amylopectin. This is basically the two polysaccharide mixture. Amylose. Now, what is amylose? It is 10 to 20% soluble in water and gives a deep blue color with iodine. And amylopectin is 80 to 90% is insoluble in water and gives no color. This is basically the difference between amylose and amylopectin. So it is also used in coating and sizing of paper to improve writing qualities, and it is also used in laundering and in the manufacture of glucose and ethyl alcohol. Next one is cellulose. It is the most abundant structural polysaccharide, and as we studied in polysaccharide, cellulose and starch are the examples of the polysaccharide. So cellulose is the most abundant polysaccharide. Some 100 billion tons of cellulose are produced each year by plants, and cotton is 99% cellulose. Woody parts of trees are more than 50% cellulose. Okay, cotton is 99% and trees, woody parts of trees, is 50% cellulose. This is basically the point which you have to memorize. It is present mainly in plant kingdom but also occurs in some marine animals. Unbranched polymer of a large number up to 2500 of beta D glucose joined by beta 1,4 linkage. Okay, this is basically the unbranched polymer. Unbranched polymer of a large number up to 2500 of beta D glucose, and these glucose are joined by beta 1,4 linkage. This is basically the linkage 1,4,1,6. So here 1,4 linkage is present between the different molecules of glucose. Next one is glycogen. Represents main storage polysaccharide called animal starch. Okay, as I studied it earlier, let me show you that. Plants store glucose as starch and animals store glucose in the form of glycogen. Here glycogen is also called animal starch. Okay, I think लास्ट टाइम मैंने ग्लाइकोजन को जो था वो एनिमल ग्लूकोज बोल दिया था, नॉट एनिमल ग्लूकोज, इट इज़ कॉल्ड एनिमल स्टार्च. ओके, so here glycogen is also called animal starch, mainly present in liver and muscles. Structure closely resembles with amylopectin. Amylopectin से resemblance show करता है and having 1,4 and 1,6 glycosidic linkage. Basically जो हैंगे linkage present होते हैं. Human glycogen is a much more branched molecule than amylopectin. जो एनिमल ह्यूमन का है मोस्टली वो मोर ब्रांच्ड है ऑन देन अमाइलोपेक्टिन, एंड ऑन हाइड्रोलिसिस इट यील्ड्स ग्लूकोज यूनिट्स. ग्लाइकोजन on hydrolysis yields glucose units. Next, now here is very important molecule that are proteins. Okay, extremely complicated nitrogenous compounds made up of variable number of amino acids. Amino acids basically the building blocks or monomers of proteins present in all living organisms and human body. At least 10,000 kinds of proteins. All living organisms contain proteins. Okay, and human body contain at least 10,000 kinds of proteins. This point you people should memorize this. Now, Greek word proteus meaning of prime importance. Proteins come from the Greek word proteus meaning of prime importance. Present in muscles, presence of protein. Here we are going to talk the presence of protein. Proteins present in muscles, skin, hair, tissues that make a bulk of body's non-bony structure. Except the basic you can say that standard elements, basic elements, major elements, or important elements which are present in proteins are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. These are the basic elements. Okay, but instead of these, traces of ferrous, copper, iodine, manganese, sulfur, and zinc is also present. As I said earlier, that proteins are the polymer of amino acid. Okay, or in other words, you can also say that amino acids are the monomers of the proteins. So proteins are formed from the amino acids. And now take one second and recall the structure of the amino acid. Amino acid contain one carbon, one carboxyl group, one amino group, one hydrogen, and one R group. So if we combine the elements present in the amino group, these are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and phosphorus. ये होता है ना अमाइनो एसिड का स्ट्रक्चर, कार्बन है, इधर कार्बोक्सिल ग्रुप है COOH, ना अमाइनो ग्रुप NH2, नेक्स्ट H, इधर H है, एंड R. So all the elements, if we combine up, then these all elements will be carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and somewhat phosphorus. But instead of these elements are also present in proteins. High macromolecular weight and yield amino acid upon complete hydrolysis. Obviously, amino acids are the monomers of the proteins, so upon hydrolysis, proteins will yield amino acids based on functions classified as regulatory or hormonal proteins. These are the classification of proteins. Okay, hormonal proteins, regulatory proteins, structural protein, transport proteins, and genetic proteins. These are the types of the proteins on the basis of functions. So you should memorize this. Oops. Okay, this is the repetition of this last slide here. Sorry for this trouble. Now, the classification of the proteins. First of all, simple proteins. On hydrolysis, yield only amino acids or their derivatives. For example, albumins, globulins, legumin, collagen. These are the simple proteins. Simple क्यों? क्योंकि hydrolysis पे only amino acids उनके या उनके derivatives produce करते हैं. Globulins, if we talk about globulins, these are insoluble in water but soluble in dilute salt solutions. Like if we talk about egg जो है उसमें अगर देखें तो उसको अगर हमने डिफरेंट टाइप के हम जो हैं वो अंडे को हम खाते हैं, डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स उसकी है, लाइक बॉयल एग है, फ्राई एग है, कुछ जो है उसमें शुगर ऐड करके मीठा अंडा बनाते हैं, कुछ नमक मिर्च ऐड करके तो उस तरीके से खाते हैं. तो अगर हम नमक मिर्च ही ऐड कर रहे हैं मसाला जात, तो वो भी हम पहले पानी में सॉल्यूशन बना के फिर अंदर अंडा उसको फेंटते हैं, यू कैन से दैट. तो यहाँ पर भी हम डायरेक्ट जो है नमक और डायरेक्ट जो है मिर्च वो अंडे में ऐड नहीं करते क्योंकि सॉल्युबिलिटी इतनी नहीं है. तो ये वाटर में भी सॉल्युबल नहीं है इतने, बट अगर डाइल्यूट सोल्यूशन हो उसमें इनकी सॉल्युबिलिटी ज़्यादा होती है. फाउंड इन एनिमल्स में पाए जाते हैं. लैक्टोग्लोब्यूलिन is found in mussels and also in plants. This protein is found in mussels and plants. Instead of these, we talked about legumin and collagen. So legumin and collagen are present in connective tissues in body में connective tissues में present है. Most abundant in animal kingdom, forming 25 to 35% of body proteins. Instead of simple protein, another kind of protein is compound or conjugated proteins. Protein attached or conjugated to some non-protein groups. Non-protein groups we call non-protein groups as prosthetic groups. Okay, so proteins attached or conjugated to some non-protein group called prosthetic groups, that is phosphoproteins, are conjugated with phosphoric acids. Phosphoproteins, these are proteins and these are conjugated with phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is prosthetic group. and because of the conjugation between phosphorus proteins and phosphoric proteins or non-protein groups and prosthetic groups, these are called conjugated or compound proteins. ओके बिकॉज कॉन्जुगेशन है किस में, नॉन प्रोटीन पार्ट में एंड प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप में, दैट्स वाई these proteins are called conjugated proteins. First example is that. Next example is the lipoproteins conjugated with lipids like lecithin, cholesterol and fatty acids etc. लास्ट जो है स्लाइड पे derived proteins, derived from simple and conjugated protein, for example proteoses, peptones, oligopeptides and polypeptides. ये derive होती हैं यही simple और conjugated protein से. That's why it is named as derived proteins. Next important is structure of proteins. Okay, proteins are compact, highly convoluted molecules and position of each atom relative to other determined with great precision. ओके ये कंपैक्ट होती हैं, हार्ड होती हैं, कॉन्वोल्यूटेड बलदार होती हैं एंड पोजीशन ऑफ ईच एटम रिलेटिव टू अदर. तो एक एटम जो है एक अमाइनो एसिड्स की ही बेसिकली पॉलीमर्स हैं. तो अमाइनो एसिड, एक अमाइनो एसिड को कैसे रखा गया है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अदर, ये उनकी जो पोजीशंस हैं उसको बहुत प्रिसीजन, विद ग्रेट प्रिसीजन एंड एक्यूरेसी से उसको मेजर किया जाता है. प्रोटीन एज्यूम एटलीस्ट थ्री लेवल्स एज्यूम करती है बट फोर्थ वन आल्सो एग्जिस्ट. ओके द फोर्थ स्ट्रक्चर्स आर प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शरी एंड क्वाटर्नरी. Sequence of amino acids in a peptide chain is referred to as primary structure. Like sequence है and simple chain बनी हुई है, peptide chain, long chain, वो primary आ जाएगा. Secondary regular coiling और zigzagging हो जाए अगर उसी chain की, ठीक है, हो कैसे, बाय हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग से. हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग किसके दरमियान, NH और C डबल बॉन्ड ओ. लाइक अमाइनो एसिड जो है उसमें ये दोनों ग्रुप प्रेजेंट है ना, अमाइनो ग्रुप और कार्बोक्सिल ग्रुप. तो एक जो है उसका कार्बोक्सिल ग्रुप और दूसरे का अमाइनो ग्रुप, इसकी हाइड्रोजन और इसकी ऑक्सीजन, इनके दरमियान हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग से जो चेन है उसकी जिग जैगिंग कॉइलिंग हो जाए तो वो सेकेंडरी स्ट्रक्चर है. टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर है उसकी जो पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन है उसकी फिर से 3D ट्विस्टिंग और फोल्डिंग हो जाए तो वो टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर है. और बहुत ज़्यादा ये 3D पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन मिल जाए तो वो क्वाटर्नरी स्ट्रक्चर बना देंगी. ठीक है, सो लेट्स टेक अ लुक ऑफ दिस all four types of the protein. Let me show you a clip. ये है हमारे पास प्रोटीन्स के स्ट्रक्चर, प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शरी एंड क्वाटर्नरी. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल we will see primary structure. These are linear sequence formed from the amino acids. Basically linear sequence जो है यही जो है वो हमारा प्राइमरी प्रोटीन की बेसिक है. ये डिफरेंट टाइप्स के अमाइनो एसिड्स हैं जो ज्वाइन होके जो है वो बनाएंगे इस तरीके से. और ये हमारे पास पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड है. And this is basically the secondary structure of protein. Now we are going to study secondary structure. Here the NH and C double bond O. O from C double bond O group and H from hydrogen. H from amino. They will bound it together. Like in alpha helix we can see. This is basically the spiral structure and the alkyl groups are the outside of the helix or chain, and here the nitrogen amino group and carbonyl group present in between, and this hydrogen bonding exists between them. This is not strong enough but strong, not very strong but strong enough to stabilize this structure. Okay, and all peptide bond except first and last must participate in hydrogen bonding, and in each turn will contain 3.6 amino acids and the diameter will be 0.54 nanometers. And here one important thing is that if we use proline amino acid then it will destroy the structure alpha helix. It will depend upon the various factors. Okay, एज आई सेड कि सेकेंडरी स्ट्रक्चर जो है अल्फा हेलिक्स भी हो सकता है और बीटा शीट भी हो सकता है. अल्फा हेलिक्स स्टडी किया, अब बीटा शीट हम देखते हैं. बीटा शीट में क्या होगा, इसमें दो डिफरेंट पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन्स के दरमियान बॉन्डिंग होगी, उसमें सेम के दरमियान होगी थी ना, तो दो डिफरेंट के ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन्स के दरमियान यू बॉन्डिंग होगी, एंड इट मे बी इन पैरेलल फैशन एंड इट मे बी इन एंटी पैरेलल फैशन। तो ये हमारे पास हो जाएगी बीटा शीट। टर्शरी की बात करें तो इसमें जो है 3 डायमेंशनल स्पेस अरेंजमेंट है, लाइक इसमें प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, अल्फा हेलिक्स, बीटा शीट सब कंबाइन होके यूँ एक फॉर्म में, टर्शरी फॉर्म में जो है हमारे पास प्रोटीन आ जाती है इस तरीके से। ओके, और इसमें जो है बॉन्ड वो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड होंगे, डाइसल्फाइड बॉन्ड हो सकते हैं, हाइड्रोफोबिक इंट्रिक्शन हो सकती हैं, क्योंकि हमने कहा कि सल्फ़र भी प्रेजेंट हो सकता है जो एलिमेंट कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन, नाइट्रोजन के अलावा। क्वार्टरनरी स्ट्रक्चर में देखेंगे मोर देन वन टर्शरी फॉर्म्स जो हैं वो कंबाइन होंगी, और हमारे पास डाइमर, ट्राइमर, टेट्रामर बन सकता है। एंड दिस इज़ ऑल अबाउट द स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ द प्रोटीन्स। होप सो आपको क्लियरली जो है वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो गई होगी कि कैसे जो है ये बॉन्डिंग होती है और कैसे ये सीधी चेन है, फिर वो ऐसे ट्विस्ट खा जाएगी, ट्विस्टिंग हो जाएगी उसकी, तो वो सेकेंडरी है, अगर वो कंबाइन अप हो जाएगी तो टर्शरी है। नेक्स्ट हमारे पास आ जाता है डीनेचुरेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर। डीनेचुरेशन ऑब्वियसली एज नेम शोज, डीनेचर हो जाना। स्ट्रक्चर कैन बी डिसरप्टेड बाय टेम्परेचर, pH and under strong oxidizing or reducing conditions. Under such conditions proteins undergo denaturation. Okay, means temperature is too much high, pH is acidic, means less than 7 or greater than 7. These all can affect the proteins. Denaturation in albumin, component of egg white, when cooked change is irreversible. जैसे एल्बुमिन की जो डीनेचुरेशन बताई है कि एग वाइट है, उसको जब हम एग को अगर फ्राई कर लेते हैं तो वो उसकी डीनेचुरेशन हो जाती है और ये चेंज इरिवर्सिबल है, यानी फ्राई किए हुए अंडे को उसकी पहली फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट नहीं किया जा सकता। लास्ट वन है हमारे पास इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ प्रोटीन्स। इट इज़ इसेंशियल पार्ट इन फॉर्मेशन ऑफ प्रोटोप्लाज्म, एंड प्रोटोप्लाज्म इज इसेंस ऑफ ऑल लाइफ फॉर्म्स। Next है nucleoproteins serve as a carriers of heredity from one generation to the other. Nucleoproteins serve as carriers. Nucleoproteins, as the name shows, these are also proteins. Biological catalysts are proteins, and without them life is not possible. Hemoglobin, even a pigment found in our red blood cell, these are also protein, and it act as a carrier of oxygen. If hemoglobin deficiency occurs, then there will be a breathing problem. So this is the protein. Some are hormones having regulatory functions, insulin, thyroxine. These are also have functions. Tanning of hides is precipitation of proteins with tannic acid. Precipitation of proteins with tannic acid and gelatin, which is actually obtained by heating bones, skins, tendons. Tendons basically you can say जोड़ भी हम कह सकते हैं, या connection between bones and bones. Ligaments is a connection between bones and muscles. Okay, तो इन सबको हीट करने से जेलेटिन प्रोड्यूस होता है, which is also a protein, and it is used in bakery products. And casein is another protein used in the manufactures of buttons and buckles, etc. So this is, here is the summarization, you can say summarization of the importance of proteins, and too much importance are left behind. And here is the end of this lecture. Hope so you understand it well without any difficulty, but if you don't, and if you have any queries, any question, you can ask freely in the comment section. I will consider them positively. Thank you so much, and Allah Hafiz.